Often in life, we live life through a series of linear thinking patterns, thinking the same thoughts and ideas in a logical, rules-based, and rational basis. But we never take the time to think outside the box in order to examine if our thinking is the reason we are unable to solve the complex problems in our life. But in today's inspirational story, we will talk about how out-of-the-box thinking can help us solve complex problems. Before we begin, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and the little bell notification on the right so you'll be notified anytime we have a new video. Let's begin. In ancient times, there were many poor farmers who worked extremely hard each day to make a living. But even then, it was not enough, and these farmers, unfortunately, had to borrow money to survive. One such poor farmer had a beautiful young daughter who caught the attention of a local money lender. The poor farmer was heavily in debt and could be thrown in prison if he could not repay his debt. The local moneylender was old and ugly, cruel and cunning, and had his eyes on the poor farmer's beautiful daughter. So one day, the local moneylender went to the poor farmer and said, "I will clear out all your remaining debt if you allow me to marry your daughter." The farmer and daughter were horrified by the proposal. After all, the moneylender appeared devious and cunning. But knowing that he would most likely be rejected by the proposal, the moneylender, who was cunning and smart, proposed a game of chance. "Let's have fate decide," he said, and he started explaining the rules of the game. You see, the next day, he would put a black pebble and a white pebble into a money bag. The girl would then have the opportunity to pick one pebble from the money bag. If she picked the black pebble, the daughter would have to marry the money lender, and the farmer's debt would be forgiven. But if she picked the white pebble, the farmer's debt would be forgiven, and the daughter would not need to marry the moneylender. But if she refused to pick any pebble, the moneylender would get the guards to arrest the farmer and throw him in jail for his large debt. This was a game of chance, and the universe would decide on the fate of the farmer and the daughter. Knowing that this might be the only way to eliminate his debt, the farmer reluctantly agreed. So, the next day, the farmer, the daughter, and the moneylender gathered by the field where there were many pebbles in the path. It was time for the game to begin. The moneylender then stopped to pick 2 pebbles and put them into the bag. But the farmer was distracted, worried about the fate of his daughter, and did not notice that the moneylender, cunning as he was, actually picked up 2 black pebbles. He was cheating, and no matter which pebble the daughter picked from the money bag, she would have to marry him. But the daughter had a sharp eye and saw in fact what the moneylender was doing. The moneylender was trying to trick them. The moneylender then said, "All right, it's time now. Young girl, please pick a pebble from the bag." Let's pause for a moment and reflect on what the young girl could do at this time. Number 1, she could have refused to pick a stone and her father would be thrown in prison as originally proposed. Number 2, she could have tried to reveal the moneylender as a cheat, but by accusing the moneylender of being a cheat, she could have put herself and her father in danger. Or number 3, she could have picked a pebble from the bag and resigned to her fate of marrying the old, ugly moneylender in order to save her father. Those were her only options. After all, what would you have done? But instead, she did something much smarter. She put her hand in the money bag and picked up a pebble. Without looking at it, she accidentally fumbled the pebble and dropped it on the ground. No one could tell what the color of the pebble she dropped on the ground was. "Oops, I'm so sorry," she said. "I fumbled the pebble and dropped it on the ground. I'm so clumsy." But no worries, because there is a black pebble and a white pebble. Let's just look inside the bag to see which pebble is remaining. If it's a black pebble inside, I must have dropped the white pebble. If it's a white pebble inside, I must have dropped the black pebble. Why don't we all take a look? Sure enough, the farmer, the daughter, and the moneylender looked inside the money bag, and inside was the other black pebble, which meant she must have picked up the white pebble and accidentally dropped it, which meant that she had freed herself and her father. The daughter turned the cards on the moneylender, turning an impossible situation to one that freed herself and her father. The moneylender, wanting to save face, did not want to reveal his dishonesty. He played along and decided to forgive the debt of the farmer. The daughter and the farmer were freed, and the cunning, dishonest moneylender's plan backfired on him. What does this inspirational story teach us about life? We all have problems in our life, but it is our linear thinking the same thoughts over and over again, that prevent us from finding a solution to the problem. You see, every problem, no matter how complex, has a solution, and you don't have to always give in to the options you're presented with. Learn to always challenge your own thinking to solve the most complex problems in your life. I hope you enjoyed this video. Our channel focuses on inspirational and motivational stories to help you find your daily 1% improvement. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the little bell notification on the right. And you'll be notified anytime we have a new video. So, how are you using creative thinking and out-of-the-box thinking to solve the problems in your life? Drop a comment below and we'll be sure to address it in our next video. Until then, see you next time! Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification to the right.